and welcome to Icons of UAE. They say early bird gets the worm, and this stands absolutely true for our next guest today on the show. He started interning at the age of 15 and he already knew that he was made for much bigger things. He founded a company in India and that's now going global. Let's speak to him and uncover what is his journey. Please welcome Mr. Harsh Patel, CA, lawyer, author, speaker, philanthropist. He is founder and global CEO of Water and Shark.
When we believe in ourselves, we are already halfway through. And with that mindset every day, it's not just a philosophy that yes, I can and I will. My choice was perhaps to be the chartered accountant, though it was a toughish one, but I felt without money, this profession can give me to reach the sky is the limit. Enroll myself for an internship just to add little bit breathing space to my financial requirements of my family. And I was just 19 years of age and I founded this firm. We envision that the name of the firm should reflect the vision, the goals and the quality of the services that we're providing to client. The ocean of a financial and the legal industry, there is enough space for everyone to stand out, grow and make their presence. I form admirer of being local but going global. We are operating from more than 10 countries. We are here, the shark in the big ocean of the financial and the legal industry. I don't want to go with the crowd. I wanted to stand out of the crowd.
Hello sir, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me here.
So Harsh, the first thing that actually caught my attention was the name of your company. It's Water and Shark. How did that come about?
When we started this company, we envisioned that the name of the firm should reflect the vision, the goals and the quality of the services that we are imparting while providing to service to our client. And yet, it should not reflect the only domestic but yet globalized level of the firm. Water signifies for a transparency in the quality service that we provide. And the shark, just like being a shark like in the ocean, far-sighted net in the vision. And that's how we call it. We are here, the shark in the big ocean of the financial and the legal industry.
You in fact kind of started also as a shark. At the young age of 15, you already knew that this is what you want to do. You had a path in your head. How that happened? Take us through your journey.
At the age of 15, during our summer internship, I enrolled myself for an internship for 4 months just to add little bit breathing space to my financial requirements of my modest family. And that 4 months gave me opportunity to think about the profession that I need to choose further. And after that, I pursued the commerce graduation and enrolled myself with the Narsi College. And at the early stage of this commerce graduation, I realized that in the finance, we have multiple options. But that point of time, CA or the MBA could be one of the topmost option for a guy who hails from a lower middle class family. And my choice was perhaps to be the chartered accountant, though it was a toughish one, but I felt without money, this profession can give me to reach the sky is the limit. That's how my journey began at enrolling myself for a chartered accountancy examination, enroll with simultaneously pursuing my commerce graduation.
So as a CA, don't you have to study like a long time, like for long hours? How many hours were you studying at that time?
I would literally feeling like a goosebump when I go back to my journey when I was pursuing my CA. It is perhaps nothing but a 3 typical zone that we were living in. So morning first shift is like a college, then attending an internship and then attending the CA. So it's around the clock 18 hours. Almost for a 4 year, I believe that it was so much dedication, perseverance and determination that took me to realize my goals of achieving the CA examination.
Fantastic. And then after becoming CA, you decided not to work for anyone else, but instead start your own practice, which is a very rare thing in, I think, field of CA.
When I just started my CA, I was so much fascinated and at the same time I was in utter shock when I realized the almost majority of all my colleagues, those who were pursuing the CA, all wanted to sign up for internship or maybe job after CA, multinational accounting and consulting, like so-called, we call it as a big four. That fascinated me, that I want to go with the crowd. I wanted to stand out of the crowd. So settling me is never in my principle and the blood, though my situation may not have warranted me, supported me that point of time. And that sparked me that why not I should take a first stand and to lay down the foundation of a flagship of a such firm, which not just to India, but perhaps to the global, I may able to give maybe after decades or somewhere, but I should start and lay down the foundation that is Water and Shark as we stand today.
So Water and Shark was actually your first company?
It is the first company which employed me by myself. That's how I call self-employment. And I was just 19 years of age that time when I was pursuing my commerce graduation, and I founded this firm.
Amazing. So in that case, when you started, at that moment you were in India. And in how many years did you start to travel around, and then when did you go global?
As I said earlier, the reason that sparked me was there was no disparity of the financial and the legal service being provided in India as compared to the global multinational network firm that we call Big Four and other legal network firm. And I saw all the chartered accountant firm in India, they are primarily operating as a domestic firm. Their visions was only restricted to the domestic. And I form admire of being local but going global. So Indian by heart but made for global.
Local.
Local, that's right. With that mindset, our envisioning an idea was to lift ourselves of such a stature that we will able to compete with the global best player, so that we try to tend to learn more, and we at the end of the day, even if I fail, failure will also be the above of average, and that will put me somewhere on the global map of anywhere. While expanding abroad, perhaps the one of the most important comes is investment, then infrastructure, then technology, then comes the resource, and the last, licenses to operate in all this country.
Absolutely.
It cannot be like just we go and just to operate. I took up a challenge. I cannot urge people and wait for the time that when foreign chartered accountant firm or law firm will join us and we become big. I said, let me take a one step forward. And I used to pack my luggage for whatever that we used to do for 3-4 months. I used to take aggressive step and just like as a avid traveler, I love traveling, and the byproduct is a Water and Shark expansion. So at the passion of a traveling, I try to understand how these different countries ecosystem works, how the clientele, where we can add value and how we can integrate such services to our platform, and at the end of the day, we'll ended up in having our own branches across this 10 countries as we stand today.
You do make it sound easy, but going global is not that easy. I'm 100% sure there is some belief system behind this, and I want to explore this right after this short break. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back on Icons of UAE. Welcome back to Icons of UAE. So Harsh, before going into the break, we spoke about your belief system. What made you believe that you could go global?
When we believe in ourselves, we are already halfway through. And with that mindset every day, it's not just a philosophy, but I believe that yes, I can and I will. That is with the mindset and the motivation, I keep myself going each and every day. However, having said that, I would like to add one more conviction which added to my vision. In 2017, when our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi urged loudly to all the chartered accountants in India to not just to work in India and to have a vision for a domestic firm, but why not to give the world one of the rising Indian chartered accountancy firm in the Big Five.
Wow.
And that is the goal set that our Honorable Prime Minister set for our Indian chartered accountant, that made me believe that this can be possible. Whatever I was thinking and I was envisioning, I realized that this could be possible even much more with the blessings of our Honorable Prime Minister.
Fantastic. But I'm sure with expansion, you might have had to actually make some sacrifices as well. So at any point in time, did you feel that you want to give up, you don't want to pursue this, and maybe just do something different?
Every point of time, sacrifice is a part of your success. If one needs to only just a success, then that cannot be possible, because it's a journey which requires you to sacrifice certain aspects that makes you a successful. And I believe the sacrifice, it's all just in a way of this my journey, which is bit and parcel of the way. And with regards to which you said any point of time giving up, I don't say no, to be honest.
Interesting.
Many of my team members, colleagues or partners, they might be seeing as aggression and the passionate every day. But at the end of the day, yes, from deep inside of me, many point of time and stage of my journey, I wanted to quit and I wanted to switch to something else.
Okay.
But I did not want to give the world the charm of winning by quitting me. So that's the conviction and the perception of me being winning on the other side put me into a situation and keep going on.
In fact, I was reading about you that you gave up on a salary of 1 crores to continue this. Tell me about that.
That's true. At the very inception of perhaps I may be third year of my practice, that is 4th and 5th year of our foundation of a company, I was offered one big global position role in one of the India's fastest rising global chartered accountancy firm. They wanted someone to look after a global operation. That point of time, I was into a dilemma whether to quit a firm which is not yet reached even to a break even or even a basic taking care of the day-to-day expense, or to expect the big fat check which perhaps that point of time considered to be the equivalent of some of the big 4 partners.
Yeah, it'll be like what, 500,000 dirhams a year?
Probably yes. And for a guy who hailed from a modest family, that was really huge.
Yeah.
For 1 second, I was thinking, yes, I wanted to settle. But then I realized, no. The dream is, the vision that we are started, I don't want to quit so early. And the quitting is never in my dictionary. I always feel, keep going on and keep hustling. The winning will always be on your side.
But what about your mentor? Do you have anybody who you look up to for your day-to-day success and milestones?
Mentors per se for me is not someone who is just elder and advising you or helping you in your journey. Mentor, I look after mentor in each and every person that corrects me, guides me and helps me to keep going, which includes my close friend, those who have time and again have helped me and corrected me and rectified which areas I am going wrong and what I should do further. So that is where one say, give me your 5 friends name and I'll show you who you are. So I am very particular and choosy about to whom which we spend the time. Second, mentors per se, yes, there are gurus, which I call them proudly my mentor, where under articleship I done. He gave me this conviction and power that at such early age, yes, you can do it. And he had given me a free hand and opportunity. That is because of which I could excel in whatever way I was doing it. And mentor in form of our family, my mom, my sister, professional gurus, mantras like elders, chartered accountants, or senior members of fraternity, including some solicitors and lawyers. So that's how I call it as a universe of mentor. Those who at the right time, at the right place, I got connected with them, and that's how I was in the right position, I felt so.
I firmly believe that we have to be our first cheerleader. So are you also the same kind? Do you have any achievements you'd like to share with us today?
I believe every day is an achievement. When you don't need any recognition to give you a conviction that yes, you have achieved something. Having said that, we all are human beings, and at the end of the day, recognition and awards do make us feel good. So to name a couple of few of the awards and recognition, I would like to share one of the coveted awards which I recognize one bestowed upon title of Forbes Top India 100 Great People Manager.
Oh wow.
Leaders of Change by the Economic Times, then UAE Most Influencer Financial and Legal Consultant, and so on.
So apart from Water and Shark, are you also toying with any other businesses currently?
Water and Shark is my only love and passion for which I work as a profession. However, I had a privilege of associating myself in a professional capacity with various organizations, and namely few which I feel humble and privileged to be a strategic advisor to His Highness Sheikh Tahinoon bin Al Nahyan, a royal family member from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. I am also being the current economic and the trade committee member and heading the foreign trade practice of Asian African Chamber of Commerce.
Fantastic. Mr. Harsh Patel, we are loving your tale and we want to know more about you. We will continue this right after this short break. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the final segment of today's show, Icons of UAE. Mr. Harsh, You do so many things, and of course, you are a very big businessman. What do you do in your personal time?
I try to maintain my health and work-life balance, and I go for running or walking almost at least 5 to 6 kilometers in a day. I love cricket whenever I am in India, because in Dubai, though cricket is possible, but I like to be playing the game of which I love with my best buddies. Apart from cricket, I have now developed an interest of playing golf. So in my free time, I either go for playing golf or other activities as well.
Tell me, what are you doing to give back to the society? Is there anything that you are doing for the society?
I always say, universe is a whole family. What we give back is we will get. Giving back is not an option, is not a choice.
Okay.
Giving back is also one of our duties and responsibility towards the universe.
What a wise thought.
And why not to start early? It's not like when you reach a certain milestone, then only you can go for philanthropic activity or something. And with that mindset, I envision and I'm having a goal of empowering and educating the at least thousands of family and the childrens across different countries and starting from India before I expand once again. And recently I thought, instead of spending some extravaganza, why not to empower and give a better life to 20 children. So that's the small ideas that we started, and we are now currently sponsoring the 30 children's education in India, and in the coming 3 years our vision is to cover as much as possible, like 200 to 300 children and family.
Every year.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. I wish you all the very best, and in fact for this I wish you lots more success so that you can do more. Now let's move on to a quick rapid fire where I'm going to just get to know you a little more personally.
I hope that's not going to be a real fire.
That depends on your answers. Okay, the first question is, early bird or night owl? What kind of a person are you?
Depends on the requirement, but I try to balance it down, settling down.
Okay, so you are like an early riser.
Kind of, yes, kind of.
Okay, coffee or tea person?
Masala chai, desi chai.
Ha, karak.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, who is your favorite businessman?
First, when I look up to in the mirror myself, yes, this is the man that I should, admire, and I should work towards admire. Apart from this, there are various notable persons with whom I truly believe and follow. Mukesh Ambani, then Steve Jobs, then Azim Premji, and there are so many other leaders across different countries which I keep inspiration and the wisdom to go on.
Fantastic. Biggest cheerleader apart from yourself?
Biggest cheerleader, though my family and friends, they never said it aloud, but I do see in their eyes, yes, they are a silent cheerleaders for me, and sometimes I feel why they're not saying it aloud, but that gives me sometimes more motivation to do more.
Correct. Yeah, of course, getting a good job done from your dad is very difficult. Probably going global is easier than that.
I agree with you.
Okay, last question. Which is your favorite holiday destination?
Depends on, you can say the time, depends on which weather conditions and all. Like though UAE is now my second home, and perhaps I would like to call it as a first home in the coming time. But however, I always say like work in New York, work in a London street, and sometimes if you get time in the Singapore street, and enjoy in Dubai and vacation in Maldives or Seychelles or any such island.
So Harsh, you have gone global. How many countries do you have your presence in now?
We are operating from more than 10 countries.
Okay. And how do you see Dubai, UAE as a hub for businesses?
It's very interesting and very near to my heart when I see the UAE as an economy, and UAE when it's taking the proactive step to invite the entrepreneurs, nurturing the young talent and giving them a space, we call it as a second home. And UAE is overall as an ecosystem, I feel is a melting pot for not just for our local entrepreneurs, but more than 100 nationalities. And that is where I believe and I truly feel that UAE is an economy or the country per se where one can, if one has an ambition to make it global, then this destination can be your gateway to the global.
So this should be the first one and then you move and expand somewhere else.
We started from USA and eventually then UAE was a 6th or 7th country where we expanded.
Fantastic. Now, you sprouted very early with your work, with your businesses. I want to know, are you going to also retire early? What is your retirement plan?
I may sound arrogant, but retirement is not again in my dictionary. Unless and until the retirement is coming as a alternative option to what other things which I would like to do in my life at a later stage. Example per se, I am also more inclined towards a coaching, a business coach or a life coach and professional coaching, or maybe if given an opportunity at a later stage, I may be just thinking aloud, but spirituality is also very much dear to my heart. So if from hustle and bustle, if I am getting some time, then I may choose for that.
Since you just mentioned about being a business coach or life coach later in the stage, how about giving one advice to our youngsters who want to start up and grow in their lives?
First, which is very much important, that is believe in yourself and don't let anyone set your boundaries that what you can do and what you can't do. That is the most important that one should have. Second, I believe in any journey, everyone's journey is a unique. So no need to have a copy paste from someone else's entrepreneurship so that you can also succeed. But however, I would like to give them a small piece of advice like 3Ds principle, which is usually I have learned from the various notable entrepreneurs and experience in my journey as well. 3Ds that we call it as a determination, discipline and dedication that helps you to want to stick to your goals. And at the end of your journey, one should always look into that legacy should be passing on. That means innovation, inspire and then impact. Once we fulfill this, then I'm sure we are creating the more future leaders.
Fantastic. It was actually very, very inspiring to meet you today, to talk to you today, and I learned so much. Maybe I will also start a startup right after this. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was highly inspiring to have a chat with you.
Thank you for having me here and allowing to share my journey.
So that was Mr. Harsh Patel. I hope you found today's narrative as inspiring as I did. Don't forget to join us in the next episode as we continue to celebrate these remarkable icons. Until next time, this is me, Shruti, signing off. Bye-bye.
Are you an eligible bachelor by any chance? And it's amazing to see your dressing sense.
Thank you, Anjana ji. I am a bit emotional today. I will skip the personal question, because I keep personal out of the profession. And I'm here today to, first of all, I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart, and I'm deeply humble as I stand here as one of the youngest icon of UAE. When I see such a stalwart of our nation, national resource of India, or so-called NRI, whatever term that Dr. Shashi Tharoorji has termed as. I feel deeply humble and a sense of pride and gratitude, at the same time the profound responsibility that it comes to me along with this award.
He'll ask you the question now. Let's skip the personal.
I just wanted to ask you, how old are you now at the moment?
30.
So presumably you're the youngest today. Does that make it easier? Or do you believe that, picture abhi baki hai, as they say?
Even when this opportunity was come to me, I was a bit of surprise. Is it going to be a start of my journey or going to be the kind of, synonymous to lifetime achievement? I'm sorry, no offense to the elders in the room, but as I always say, I'm not here to settle and retire. I'm here to stand out and to give the one of the India's, as our Honorable Prime Minister's vision is, why Big Four? Why not something from our land of our motherland, which is made for the global, but make in India? That is where my dream and goal.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a very big hand, the youngest winner today.